All right, everybody. Thank you for your patience. I do apologize. We have not done any live stream shows as of late. Why has that been? I have been busy. I've been dealing with some stuff. I've been doing, getting the kitchen and the new menu launched at the brewery. I have been finishing the store. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Potsquatchsales.com is open for business. It is done. I would have announced it a couple of days ago. It's actually been open for a couple of days, but I was noticing that some of the checkout section of it was a little bit confusing in terms of the language. So we've just kind of reworded a couple of things. So basically, when you go now, it says proceed to checkout and calculate shipping, where before it just said calculate shipping, which wasn't kind of straightforward. And so it was kind of like, okay, well, let's tweak that because we don't want anyone to get confused there. But dude, that's where you're going to go, everybody, to one, buy all of your Potsquatch Growers swag, hats, shirts, papers, grinders, and much more. And we will be expanding. Basically, it's been almost 3 years since we've had a functioning store. It's cost us a lot of money to get the store up and running. So I've got a bit of a hole to dig out of in terms of the startup costs on that. But what I have done is I've structured kind of a percentage of the profits from all sales will be going into aggressive expansion of both swag things as well as offering garden supply now. So we're going to be finally doing that. I'm going to be calling Jake's All-in-One today. We're hopefully going to have Jake's back on the store very, very soon for everybody. I've just got to get the seed labels done, and we'll have seeds available too, everybody. Everything's open for business. Go to potsquatchsales.com, or you can actually go to potsquatchgrowers.com as well, and that'll take you to that website as well. I own both domains. I just pointed this one at the new one. But ladies and gentlemen, Z's and They's, my Potsquatches, it has been 3 years. I think it's been over 3 years that we have been fighting to have this stupid store up and running. Go check it out. Obviously, stay for the show today, and then you can go check it out after the show. Or if you got your computer next to you, you can do it and watch me on the TV or something. Right now, for sale is all the swag stuff and the CBD line. You've got the tinctures, you've got the gummies, and the beard oil, all of which is available. It is the most affordable CBD line in the world. We are going to be expanding that one as well. Blake, if you're watching, I'll give you a shout after the show. We got to have our meeting and set up when, we're going to have a sit down. Our business partner is in Canada right now. He's here for business. So we're going to, hopefully set up a meeting there where we can have a sit down and chat. One of the things that is going to be a new product that we're going to be launching in the CBD line that we're very excited about, everybody, is the smokable hemp. Smokable hemp is all the rage now in a number of places in the world. Big over in the UK, big in parts of the States, really big down in Texas. So Texas, your state will get the first crack. There's already, I think we're up to 6 or 7 stores now down in Texas that want to carry our smokable hemp cigarette line. I say cigarette because it is built the same as a cigarette. It's a tailor-made cigarette. There is no tobacco or nicotine in there. It is all hemp, baby. All right. But the store is open. Check it out. Potsquatchsales.com. Open now. All your swag and CBD is available. Seeds will be on the website very, very soon. I just got to get the packaging done. Well, basically, I'm just going to make like a basic label. Like right now, I'll show you actually. I think I've got some of them right here. I didn't have labels done for when we went to 420, right? So I just bought some cheap little labels, and then I kind of wrote it on there. Vial of 25 seeds, it's going to be $50. Our website does function in USD. We are hosted in the States, so to my Canadian fam, it will be a USD currency that these prices are in, so it will obviously go up slightly for you. I will also say, one thing to be aware of with the store is the CBD fulfills out of the States. So, basically, if you go to the store and you buy, a hat, a shirt, a tincture, and some gummies, there are going to be a double charge on the shipping because it's coming from 2 different fulfillment locations. So all the swag stuff and farm supply stuff is held here at our office here in we're not in Vancouver anymore. Hope, British Columbia is where I live now. I haven't lived in Vancouver for like 4.5, 5 years. But basically, so my office fulfills all of that stuff. And then everything else, in terms of the CBD line, will be fulfilling out of the United States of America. But we are extremely proud to open the store. The store is officially open. I will make it a formal video to announce it to everybody. I will start putting that out to all of our social media stuff as well. It's business time, baby. It's open. And like I said, hell, if y'all at home aren't worried about the fancy labels, which I mean, I should be able to kind of get together fairly soon. I mean, the designing of it's not too hard between our boy Mac and our boy Stefan there. They're both very very good at what they do in terms of making things look pretty. I actually have seed packs ready for sale now. 25 beans, $50. That's right, $2 a bean, everybody. They just lack pretty fancy labels. But yeah, what's up? Peace. Have a great day. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the show. We're just sort of taking a moment here to announce to everybody the store's open for business. Now, if Soul Price, could you start sharing the link to the store for everybody to check out? Just type in www.potsquatchsales.com, man, and that'll be great. So long story short, everybody, it is done. We've built our own payment portal. We've coded everything properly. We've literally built this website from the ground up, handwritten code, okay? It is one of the most, if not the most secure website around on the internet. It has cost us a lot of money. It has cost us a lot of time, even more time for my programmers. But they have, by hand, coded this website from the ground up for me and for all of you. This has been done to keep us all safe and to provide a wonderful marketplace for our people. Some exciting things that will be coming to the store. Let's talk about some of the new stuff that's going to be available in the store fairly soon. Mikey, our boy, Texas Squatch, Death Trap Genetics, Autoflowers, baby. He's going to be for sale. We're going to be carrying his beans there, and we're going to be the first supplier out there to carry Death Trap Genetics. I do believe our boy Ben as well is going to get some seed packs up together to us, and we're going to be carrying their seeds. Basically, put it to you this way. Their seeds will cost slightly more than mine do, but that's just because I'm the producer, obviously. I've offered them both a very good, lucrative deal. We will take less of a percentage in terms of a classical markup. Classically, in terms of retail, for the retailer, you want to leave 45 to 50% margin for the retailer. I've told them, hey, I want to make you still affordable. You're still going to have to be a little bit more because, I get that you want to get at least $2 a bean. So we've come to a creative pricing structure on that. So theirs will cost slightly more, but they're amazing, beautiful, wonderful genetics. Mikey's done a lot of really hard work stabilizing out, his autoflowers. Ben's also got some great autoflowers. He's also got some standards. He's got a number of different things that they've been working on for the last number of years as well. So it's very exciting stuff, everybody. Very, very exciting stuff. There will be other genetic brands as well coming eventually to be available on the store. Typically, a lot of these genetics that will be available are people who are affiliated with our organization. Fellow Potsquatches, as well as other people within the space that I hold dear and I respect the heck out of, and they will be coming onto the store as well. Jake's All-in-One's going to be making a great return. I got to call Jake and them and tell them it's time to get it all in, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, Jake's All-in-One's going to be back. I'm going to reach out to a number of other suppliers. I'm excited. We got a lot of hard work ahead of us to make a few bucks to kind of dig out of the hole of the cost. We're trying to get this all built for the Potsquatch Growers Nation, But once we get there, then we're going to be able to start expanding things and doing a lot of really, really quite genuinely fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, everybody. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, to CBD line fulfills out of the States. All the other stuff fulfills out of Canada where I am. Yes, our website also does say that we are live. We have built that. We coded it in a live plugin to the channel, or from the channel to the website. So anytime we go live, if you go to our website, you'll know that this balded, bearded idiot is live talking to you on YouTube there. So that's very exciting, everybody. We're really stoked about that. So check it out, potsquatchsales.com. Did Soul Price? Yeah, Soul Price did. Thanks, Soul Price, by the way, buddy. Thank you for sharing that. It is a good time. So at the end of the day, everybody, hell, if you want the seeds up right away, I could just keep working on getting the labels, but I can get the seeds on there too. I could technically put the seeds on tonight. Okay. I've still got a couple of plants that have just been sitting there. I haven't had a chance to harvest the seeds just because of how ridiculously busy I've been all over the goddamn place trying to get everything done. Not only being a head chef now of the brewery, but at the same time still being an actor and doing all these types of things. But it's very exciting. I'm pretty stoked. This is the first step in the long journey of us standing up and fighting for our people. We, the Potsquatches, we, the cannabis-loving community around the world. We're bringing affordability back. We're bringing reliability back. That's awesome, Mud Swat. I'm glad that they not died. They didn't die, and they're doing well. But it's like we're on the verge of what we've been trying to do for years now. I mean, we had the store working for about 7 months before PayPal seized our accounts. It's funny. We were only selling hats and T-shirts. Like we weren't even selling CBD or anything. And it's like we weren't even doing anything, and they still seized our accounts. And then 2 months later, Shopify said, "Well, we're not going to support you either. We have no issues with what you're doing on the Shopify platform, but at the same time, we will not allow you to use our payment portal." So what did Uncle Potsquatch go do? Well, Uncle Potsquatch went and he got one of the most dangerous reformed hackers that now owns their own company of website design. Shout out to Luna. And then basically spent a bunch of money to have a brand new website from scratch built for us. A website that is so secure that I'd like to see people try to hack it. Go for it. I challenge you. Go try to take us out. I dare you. And we're pretty proud of it, as you can tell. And at the end of the day, we went through with this new store that I've been trying to get up and running on my own before I got this computer tech working last November. So again, me and Luna have been working together for a long time on this and to get it right and to do that. I've spent the better part of 10 grand at least on the website. It's not been cheap. I might be over 10 grand now. I gotta take a look at the money that have been spent on this. It kind of nuked my personal savings, but that's okay. It was for a good cause, and it was to get this store up and running, So in the end, we went through like 18 or 19 payment portals, and no one was really willing to do business with us, or they were going to charge us so much money that like for every $1,000 in gross sales we made, we would automatically use $200 USD because of the way they were doing the charges. And I said, fuck that. So we basically built our own. And no, Dirty Hoe Garden, no, not when it's a freestanding, from scratch, hand-coded website that is its own freestanding piece of software. Nobody has the website that I do. My website is the most secure thing around. I didn't get screwed for shit. I actually got a really good price. That shows how little you know. When you're actually having a hand-coded website made, it could have cost me a lot more. Luna did us a lot of solids and worked with us there and our limited budget to try to get there, you know what I'm saying? But it is very exciting. And we have now this basically in perpetuity. Obviously, we're going to keep, building in some other, bells and whistles in the website as time goes along. But the store is open, everybody. The store is open for business. We will be aggressively expanding stuff. Jake's is going to be coming back on the website. I'm going to call Jake tonight. Or, well, I'll probably just shoot him a message. But we would like to bring Jake's back. So Jake's all-in-one. Great product. That's going to be available. And basically, I'm going to start reaching out to a lot of companies and seeing who out there. Because right now, as a startup with just getting this all going, we don't have a lot of money where we can just, pay right up front to sort of bring products in to put it on the website. But I know Jake's all-in-one. They don't mind us carrying an open account. So we're going to get them back on the website right away. And again, we're open around the world. Anywhere you are, we will send it to you. Dirty Hoe Garden. Website is down. No, it's not. I was just on it before I came on. It is not down. I wish I brought my computer down here and I could pull it up and show it to everybody. I should have probably done that. But yeah, long story short, the website is not down. The website is up. Stoney is on it right now. I checked it right before I came in to announce the show formally, or in the show formally, that the website is up. I just wanted to double check to see if any orders have come through because I hadn't told anyone that it was actually working yet. Oh, thank you very much, Jesse Berry, man. Thank you so much. Hey, my buddy Potsquatch and fellow Squatches. How's everyone today? By the way, I see ads are playing on your videos. Maybe YouTube is finally cutting you a break, eh? I mean, at the end of the day, YouTube is, most of our videos don't get ads. Some of our videos get limited ads. YouTube slowly but surely seems to be easing up on things. The one thing we've noticed too is that if I activate monetization and allow ads on the live stream, then we're allowed to have that. I think YouTube has got a long way to go still in terms of fully accepting cannabis-related content creators and companies, but I think they're getting there slowly. Slowly but surely, and this is why we, the cannabis content creators of the internet, need to stand unified. We need to stand together, and we need to stand up for our rights. We need to also watch all of these negative parts that can happen in these communities, because at the end of the day, that's just giving them ammunition to shut us down, to shut people down, to persecute cannabis people a lot. So at the end of the day, that is what it is, okay? So we got to keep fighting. We got to keep, being the best versions of ourselves that we can be, and keep doing all the good work here, on all of our channels, on all of our media brands, because we will eventually get ready to go. Link in the description doesn't work for me. Okay, so the link in the description, okay, if it's not potsquatchsales.com, that's the wrong link. I haven't updated that on the YouTube backend. Again, I'm not great at computers. There's a reason why. But if you see the link there that Soul Price is sharing, click that one. That one will take you to the website, my friend, and that is at Dirty Ho Garden. What's up, Miss K's Garden? Our store's open. That's what we're getting excited about. All right, 1 second here, everybody. I'm just reading. But yes, I will log on after the show, everybody. I'll update all the links and all the crap. Also, too, I don't even know if it has the right light link now that I come to think of it. I think I updated that one, but I will double check. But long story short, everybody, I mean, there's 1,001 places. Like I've got to announce this from our company page on Facebook. I've got to announce it formally in the Facebook group. I've got to do it from the public figure page. I've got to do it on our Instagram. I've got to do it on our Twitter. I've got to do it on all these things. And it's like, I've just been so busy. I've basically worked nonstop for the last 8 or 9 days at the brewery. I was finally able to get a day away. So Dottie went in and worked the day, so I didn't have to go. Where can I buy Potsquatch condoms at? They are coming. They're not ready yet, Dirty Ho Garden, but they will one day, I'm sure, exist, at least as a novelty joke item. Is that you, Safe Rag? Because you were the one who always said you should release condoms. I don't know, but long story short, maybe one day we'll have some novelty joke gifts. But I mean, really, at the end of the day, we're going to be focusing on deploying capital on developing and releasing products that are good to go, that have a purposeful use. The beard oil, funnily enough, started in one of these shows. It started as a concept. Everyone asking me to do a beard oil. It was a joke, and then I realized it was actually quite a literal market, and it was a huge market annually, and people, there's a lot of you that actually wanted the beard oil. So we've released the best beard oil, hands down, in the world. How can I say that? Well, I've tried most beard oils that are around. As you can guess, being a bearded man, I don't like most beard oil. I find most beard oil, it either stinks too much, it doesn't really do anything, or it's too heavy. You feel like you're this greased out ratty thing when you put it on your face. Our beard oil is a proprietary blend of a number of different oils. It also has broad spectrum hemp oil, aka 250 milligrams of broad spectrum CBD in there as well, which is very good for skin health. And that's the real trick to beard oil. Like it's good for your hair, the hair that comes out the face. The most important part of beard oil, though, is taking care of your skin. And broad spectrum CBD products are so great for the skin. And really, if you think about the skin is our medium. The skin is the farmer's field. The skin is the pot. It's where everything growing and it's releasing. You know what I'm saying? So when we take care of our face, we take care of our beards. Okay? But that's all available on potsquatchsales.com. And coming out soon, probably won't be for a month or two at least, would be my guess. But simply put, I mean, it'll be the smokable hemp will be available. Jason A, what's the shelf life on beans? That's a relative thing, depending on how you store them. Some beans can be good 6,000 years later. There are literal beans that come out of canopic jars in the basic pyramids out of Egypt that have 6,000 years later germinated. So it's all about how we store them. A lot of people say you got to store them in the freezer. That's not necessarily true. You can. However, what I say is a low median temperature that doesn't fluctuate and store it away from light in a non-reactive thing like a Pyrex or a glass is the way to store your beans long term. I store all my beans in glass, okay? Tempered glass jars is what I have all of my beans in. I've got small ones, I've got medium ones, I've got big ones, depending on how many beans of the beans that I have, right? But I keep them at an average median temperature. I remove it from fluctuation. I keep it out of the light. Hashtag boom. But that's just how I store my beans, okay, everybody? But at the end of the day, simply put, bean storage can be done in the freezer, can be done in the fridge, okay? Neither of those are required. The real trick is kind of keeping it at a lower temperature. I actually find the best temperature, my humble 2 cents, is usually anywhere from about 10 to 16 degrees Celsius. And you leave it at that, and it doesn't fluctuate. So if you've got a place where you can keep it unfluctuating, that's why I look at a lot of people like freezers or fridges, because of the nature of an augmented temperature unit, right? It is not going to be fluctuating as much, as long as it's a well-working fridge. But at the end of the day, also too, I just want to go back and say again, thank you so much for your donation, Jesse Berry. Every little bit helps. Right now, like I said, we have a long way to go to taking the company cash positive and kind of getting ourselves out of all of the costs of getting everything going. But it's pretty exciting, and I really, really appreciate it. Every little bit counts. Obviously, we keep our content free. You never have to donate. You don't have to pay a membership due. We're not going to show you preferential treatment if you do. Everyone's a Potsquatch. Everyone is welcome. And at the end of the day, everyone is valued here. Okay, so that's why for years we resisted monetizing. For years we resisted doing donations and all of this. And I didn't really want to have the show become that. But luckily we've been able to do away. And that's also why we started the store years ago. Was like, well, I don't mind making an honest buck though, right? So simply put, it's very exciting, and at the end of the day, it's never required, but it is ever so much appreciated though. It really is quite nice to be able to pay the lighting bill, and so I appreciate that. So every little bit goes a long way, but it's never required. It's never required, but I appreciate it. In terms of old beans, yeah, I've got beans that are over 40 years old in my collection. I've got beans, well, the ones I know that are definitely a little over 40 because I got them about 4 or 5 years ago from a very, very dear friend, and it is a golden indica from the Oahu Islands from 40 years ago. And at the time it was 40, so they'd probably be about 44 to 45 years old right now. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, Stoney, I spend a lot of money myself on power, especially in the summer months. Like, this is going to be an expensive summer. I was really stoked about doing our little experiment where we cut out some of the lights and we tweaked how we ran the grow. And we were able to offset our costs. Instead of being like $1,000 power bill, what did I get it down to? I think I got it down stupid low compared to the last one on the last run where we did the super tall ones. And that was when we were fighting the little thrips at the beginning in the veg. And I think I got it down to about 400-ish bucks, 400 something bucks. And if I'm remembering that incorrectly, it'd be maybe 5. But anyway, like that's like a reduction of actual production cost by at least 40 or 50%. And the great thing is we still got the same yield. It was really stoking and pretty stoked about that. Again, we have not had plants running on the channel in a while. I totally apologize, but we will be actually starting beans tonight. I've just been doing my darndest to stay on top of everything. And we are going to be cleaning the lab, doing the last sort of stuff. I got to harvest these last seeds too. But once we get that done, baby, it'll be good to go. And yeah, but the great thing is we're gearing up for a great summer season on the channel. We're going to start doing shows where we're bringing in other people too. I finally figured out how StreamYards works. I mean, I went and spent hundreds of dollars on OBS Studios, and don't do it. Anyone who's at home, unless you're a gamer, you don't need OBS. Don't use OBS Pro. It doesn't really have the options in it that you really want. You can go use StreamYards. It's free, and I think their pro version is very affordable anyway. But it has vastly better functionality. That's what FCPO2 and FCP are using. That's what my boy London Nero is using to help run a lot of shows. So I've been doing a little bit of research too behind the scenes on learning to elevate our show a little bit. So we're gonna start bringing people in. I'd love to bring in some of you at home. If you want to come on the show, come share your story with all of us and your family. Do it. We're also going to start bringing some interesting guests on. I mean, I'm still trying to, like, he said he would do it. I don't know if I'll ever actually get him to actually show up to the show, but Shanti Bubba himself has said that he would be willing to come on the show and talk about breeding, talk about historically his experience and all of that. He's arguably one of the most prolific breeders out there. I don't know if any of you have heard of a little thing called White Widow. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Jesse Berry, man. I really do appreciate it, dude. And I started this channel because I cared. I started this channel because I was mad at all the misinformation out there. I started this channel because I thought about, when I was a young grower and teaching myself to grow, I'm self-taught. I didn't have I didn't come from a weed family. I didn't come from a family where it was okay. The first time I got caught for marijuana, it was called the devil. Okay. Yay, being the son of two priests, right? But at the end of the day, it's changed now. Like, both my parents own a percentage of my company. Both my parents believe in what we do now. So that's kind of cool, right? But It was hard enough for me as a kid to try to learn to grow and to try to do any of that. So the fact is that's why we started this channel. I didn't think anyone would ever tune in. I didn't think we would one day become an international movement, an organization of people. I didn't think we'd become a company doing lights and genetics and CBD lines and challenging some of the biggest companies in the world to make things affordable and accessible and empowering people. But here we are. Rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Stony, come on! I'd love to hear some of your stories, Stony. You should definitely come on the show. What's up, Texas? Did I miss Texas Squatch? If you in the show and I missed it, what's up, Texas Squatch? I also Texas Squatch was telling everyone, one, the store's open. Two, I was sharing with everyone that your genetic company is going to be available on our site fairly soon-ish. Death Trap Genetics is coming to potsquatchsales.com, everybody. And also our boy Mac, I don't think he's in the show right now, but he actually is going to be our first franchisee. He is, yes, Patrick. And I think I still owe you a sticker for the new leg, I think. I think so. I don't think I ever did that, and I've kind of been a chaotic person all over the place, but I remember that. But at the end of the day, he is going to be a franchise for the United Kingdom. So pretty much anyone that lives within the United Kingdom, there will be a warehouse set up over there. And it's not going to be a big one. It's going to be a small one to start. But I mean, so you won't have to order from North America. The rest of Europe, you're going to have to order off me. That's the thing, right? Like, that was the deal I made with Mac on his franchise. I was like, you can have the UK, but I get Europe. But anyway, so that's going to be available for you too. That website's pretty much built for the most part, I think. Mac's just got to do a few more things, and then he's actually got to, get the scratch together to purchase the stock to come over there and be available. But big things are happening for us at the channel. We're working very hard behind the scenes to get a lot of stuff going. One thing I'm super stoked on is the beans and the releasing beans. Most of the beans right now are just F1s. I've got one that I'm going to call an F2 technically. In reality, it would be more than an F2, but it's my F2 on this, reworking on it, which would be the Kaitangata by Canadian White Russian. I am trying to breed that one selectively in a certain way where it's kind of, even though it's more of a complete sat dom for the most part, I found this pheno of it, which is kind of short, squat, indicated with super tight nodals. So I'm kind of working on that to try to kind of change it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Make it to something more conducive in reality to what I like, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that's awesome, Jansen Dennis. I love it. Reverend Veritas, hey Potsquatch, looking at a couple of Squatch double racks for a large shed. I was wondering if you could explain to me the details or the differences between the X2 3500R strips and the 4X3 3050R. So the X2s are built with the 301H. It's a 3500 Kelvin color on the white. They've got the reds. So basically, the 3050Rs has both far red and deep red. The X2s, I think it just has far red in it. The X3 has a dually 301B, so I believe it's 2700 Kelvin and 5000 Kelvin, which would average out to roughly 3700 Kelvin in terms of the averaging of the photon on that. The X3 strips are thicker. So when you get the X3 version, okay, it's got less bars. The X2 is going to be a thinner strip, so it has more bars built into the light, though. So it basically just gives you slightly better coverage on the X2. 301H, even though it's very similar to the 301B. There are subtle nuance differences, which is, again, if anyone remembers going back to Green Gene and all that stupidity. All right, with right, by the way, they are different chips in terms of the actual binning process. There is a 3-step process for the one and then 5 for the new. And so there are subtle differences on the depths of the reds and the blues on the 301H. Let me be honest with you, though. The chips are so similar that really, I think it was a little shady of Samsung to market it as this big breakthrough, first developed thing for indoor agricultural uses, when there was some very subtle differences between the two chips. But for the 40% greater cost it cost me to get those chips, especially as top shelf bin chips, which is the only thing we use in our products, it kind of felt like a bit of a load of crap, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. Big companies dink around and they misrepresent things a lot of the time. But that's why Uncle Potsquatch here, man. He's in it. We're doing it. We're figuring it out. We're letting you know. And we're going to keep building rigs that work for you and that are dependable and amazing. So that's what we're about and that's what we do. So simply put, though, the real difference you're going to see there is a slightly different color mix on them. And then one set of rigs is going to be slightly bigger where the other ones have thicker strips. But again, the coverage is again, essentially the same, especially if you're doing it into a shed with flat white or I don't like mylar, so let's avoid mylar. You can get hot spots, but I mean, if you go flat white or you go like a panda film with a white, poly siding, you'll do just fine with either rig, especially in an enclosed space. We have the 3050Rs on the 2 racks in there. So basically, how we set up this room, what we ran on the last run was 2 3050Rs, double squash racks on either side, and then we have a 301H X4 board standard system, which is actually my favorite light, by the way. Everyone hates on the fucking baking trays. I think it's great. That's actually my favorite light. I still like it. It was the first upgraded version of any light we made before we even released racks, and I still love those lights. They will always have a soft spot in my heart and be my secret favorite. That's what I'm into. But let's be fair, racks are in. Everyone likes racks. That's what people are into. So those are the main differences, though. You're going to run into those, though, my friend. What's up, James Mercer? Store's open. Check it out, buddy. Hell yeah. Sorry about it, I'm just reading. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to real quick to play catch up here. So Stony Baker MD, does it follow the same root path? Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. It's going to have similar root paths, but at the same time, it's going to be explosive in its own ways or not, depending on the environment, how you've reconditioned the soil and done all of that. The one thing I will say about new roots and old roots is the old roots, which have then become fibrous and they've broken down, they've dried out, will actually be beneficial in terms of helping these new roots kind of begin to kind of grab onto things and do stuff. So it will not follow necessarily the same path directly, but it will use that old root system as a framework for the way it's going to build its own system. You see what I'm saying? So it's not quite that, but it kind of is in a sense. So I hope that makes sense. But it's going to use that as like a stepping stone, as a tool to kind of do its thing. Okay. James Mercer, the seeds will be for sale. I mean, as I've shared, we could take a poll. I don't have my fancy labels right now. Okay. Right now, I've still got to get the design done for the new labels and actually pay for them. Right now, this is the label that's on the packs of seeds. I've got at least 4 different things that are ready to go in the store right now. I got 2 or 3 more strains I've got to still harvest the seed from. I just have not had a chance to. Red Claws, the beans I'm starting tonight, I will be starting Galactic Citrus Shiva as well as Blue Cheese crossed by Girl Scout cookies. Oh, I feel you, Ozzy. We sold a bunch of lights to both New Zealand and to Australia, and it breaks my heart the amount that the shipping costs. It sucks when people live on the other side of the world, But there have been a number of people in Australia. I think we've sold now 5 or 6 lights at least to Australians, and I know we've sold at least 1 or 2 lights to New Zealand because I know that Gazzer's finally got his double squatch in. He's super stoked. I think he's then went and ordered a rack as well. I think he ordered the standard to start though, and then he's got a rack on its way. And I think there's actually another person in New Zealand we sold a light to as well. And I do apologize for the shipping. It's just bloody hell. You're all on the other side of the world there. It's hard, especially with this day and age. Nothing's getting cheaper in this current world, sadly. But that's why I think now, though, our company doing with the work that we do is of the utmost importance. We've launched the most affordable CBD line in the world. We've done that for a reason. What good is medicine if you can't afford the damn shit? So that's where we're pretty proud of that. And we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep making products and bringing in things, making them affordable, making them accessible to all of you at home. People empowerment is what we do. That is the methodology and the framework to anything I'm going to do with this company in any arena that we do it. We're not afraid of making money. We are a company. We are a corporation. I had to get a pirate ship to fight pirates. But I'm about making honest money. And I'm not going to gouge you or rip you off. I want to make things reliable and accessible. We'll make the money we need to make to grow as a company by volume. That's our goal. That's our methodology on this. And that's how we're going to keep on doing it. Make a Lamborghini, sell it like a Toyota Tercel. You sell a lot of them. One second here, everybody. I'm just reading. What's up, Kenneth Walls? Hey, yeah, Kenneth Walls. Ask away, buddy. Ask away. Yeah, no, that sounds good, Texas. One day, Mudswipe, one day. I do know a few pilots who could fly it for me. Thank you, Red Claws. And actually, Red Claws, I don't know if your tribe has got your own dispensaries that are associated with your tribe right now, but any of your friends at different tribes, if they've got indigenous stores, if they've got dispensaries on indigenous land and they want to bring in actual affordable CBD, wholesale accounts are available. And as long as the tribe is doing things right, taking care of their people and standing by doing the business properly and not harming people or not being dinks about it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some very reputable indigenous companies in Canada doing cannabis, and there's some ones that really get the fuck out of Dodge. Like you're just being greedy pieces of shit and hurting people, sell them moldy crap and shit with fentanyl in it. That's a very sad, common problem at some of them out here in BC. I don't know what it's like on the East Coast, but something tells me it might be the same. But at the end of the day, there's good ones, there's bad ones, like with anything. But if any of your people that you know and they're doing a good job, they want to carry Potsquatch CBD products, we will hook them up with a wholesale account and we will ship it right into Canada. Doesn't even matter. We will stand by your sovereign rights to slang and hustle and take care of people. And that's the thing, James. I mean, I think James, I like Bruce Banner, and the original Bruce Banners were kind of short and squat. So, there's kind of a lot of these watered down genetics out there now. And that's why we're slowly but surely endeavoring to kind of try to bring reliable genetics back that are supposed to be what they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? There's just been so much stuff that's stupid. Shea Ferrero, you said it was 300 or 400. What? I'm confused. I mean, BMK, if we don't need the fancy labels, everybody, I can make the seeds available today. I was kind of hoping to have the fancy, sexy labels, because, have you seen our gummies? Here, I'll go grab a packet of gummies. Let me show you how sexy these gummies look. Wait till you see the hemp cigarette. These are the grape. No, these are those. Well, I'll grab one of each. 1 second. Look at how sexy this packaging is, everybody. Look at this. Look at that sexy packaging. These are the green apple gummies. Look at the sexy packaging on the grape here. Very sexy. Sorry that it's backwards. I'm using the selfie camera, which doesn't actually bounce back and reverse the image where the front cameras do. But I'm using the same phone to read everything, whatever it's saying. But sexy packaging. I like sexy packaging, man. I'm into making it sexy. I mean, look at, this is a box of papers. If you've got a dispensary or a store that would like to carry these, you can. They're available wholesale. That's right. Non-GMO, all hemp, unbleached, organic, with vegan-friendly gummy. Sounds good, Red Clouds. I'm just saying, if they want a reliable, there was one out here. I will not name the dispensary out of respect. Ripping people off, selling 100 milligram tincture for almost $40. So my buddy who's really sick was taking it, and he called me, and I was like, bro, you spent $11 more. And I'll send you a tincture that is 10 times stronger and will actually work. It's legitimate. I know that because it's got my brand on it. I don't release shit if it don't work. I make sure we release the best of the best of the best. That's how I do business. Just print my face on it, says Patrick. I know. I'm hoping to, Shay. I was talking with Shanti Baba a number of months ago. He's super busy with a billion farms right now, and he's big in the CBD game these days. And um, I'm going to try to get him on, though. I'm going to try to get him on. Gazzers, when you see the show, you need to reach out to him. I've got his message stuff too, so I'll message him too. But we'll both try to get him on the show. See, that's a person I'd love to have on the show, everybody, for all y'all, is I'd love to have Gazzer Squatch or Kiwi Squatch on the show, but he's shy. He doesn't want to. We'll have Mikey come on the show. We're going to have a bunch of people coming on the show. It's going to be a good time. I agree with you, Mudswat, 100%. Hempy steel is the way to save the world. Yeah, so basically, $50 is the cost of the tincture there for 1,000 milligram broad spectrum. But the fact is like Red Claws, like I don't even know if you're like I don't even know where your stuff's being made. If there's one thing I've found with a lot of CBD products that are being sold around, they are filled with fillers. The dosage isn't actually what they say it is. Where is it produced? Who's making your biomass? How are you processing it? My biomass is processed on a machine that costs over $1 million. It's in an FDA-approved facility. It is utilizing the actual acidic natures of the cannabinoids to properly remove it in. That's why I can guarantee people who need to pass a drug test that you can take our products, because it is absolutely guaranteed zero THC. You'd be shocked to find out what's really in a lot of CBD products, especially for sale that are floating around Canada in a lot of indigenous stores. You know, there's not a lot of regulation. There is no regulation unless like the tribe invents their own regulation, which let's be fair, they don't. There are tribes doing really good work. Then you look at the government and it's overregulated. It's so regulated you can't even do business in Canada. It's also way too expensive. And then you've got the government when it comes to like weed, for example, irradiating crap. I mean, the government's slowly figuring it out and opening their damn mind to the fact it's a plant and it doesn't need this asinine regulation. It can be sold fresh farm to table. But I have never once, and this is going to sound horrible, but it's true. A lot of people have been buying the CBD products from indigenous dispensaries because it is more affordable, it is more accessible. But they're like, I didn't feel anything. It didn't do anything for me. Felt like a waste of money. And then they buy my product and they try it and they call me the next day and they go, thank you. And then they ask for more. We have been doing a soft launch and trial launch since 420 on these products and selling to a lot of people with a lot of real health issues, and it's really helping them a lot. So at the end of the day, you know, you guys could bring it in and you could do an MSRP and match your same pricing structure on that Red Claws, but it'll be a real product. It'll be a trustworthy product. Our biomass is predominantly grown in Dakota, and then it's processed and produced down in Utah. And we fulfill out of Utah, by the way, everybody. Originally, we were going to be fulfilling out of Vegas, and then you know we didn't like the people we were working with, so we were like, no. And then we found some really good people to work with for the brand, and we're like, you know what, let's work with you. Let's go to Utah. So everything fulfills and is produced in Utah. Biomass grown in Dakota. I can't remember if it's south or north off the top of my head because I'm having a dyslexic moment of which one's legal and which one's illegal when it comes to CBD. I know one's illegal and one's legal. Can't remember. But anyway, at the end of the day, we only source the finest biomass and make sure it's processed properly. And we're passing on the savings to you, okay? Because that is what we're about, and that is what is truly important to us. We've brought something to market at an MSRP that's affordable and relatable to people, and can actually, on a vast scale of people of different incomes, can still honestly entertain incorporating our products into their lives to live a better quality of life. We've also managed to do it so that we can actually wholesale it to other retailers, and we can still make a few bucks. We can leave at least 45 to 50% on certain products in terms of the retail markup, so you can help people too. And that to me is a beautiful, amazing thing. One second here. Well, James Mercer, I'll charge you $50 for 25 seeds. That's the price for our seeds, by the way, everybody. Bear with me here. I'm just trying to read. What's up, Troy? That's also Troy. I had a show to do. That's why I couldn't answer your phone call. I apologize. Bear with me here. Just trying to read. Oh, I don't know about that, Jansen, but thank you so much. Very kind of you. BMK. Hard to say, BMK. I mean, at least he's showing up and acknowledging the horrific tragedy. Let's take a moment, everybody, just to send our hearts and minds to all the families of people who had their lives destroyed just the other day in Texas with the huge mass school shooting. And I just want you to know, my cousins in America, especially obviously in Texas, we, the Canadians, our hearts go out to you. We're sitting here and we're talking about it a lot on our news, and we've been with you every step of the way, and just our hearts go out to all of you. We're so sorry for your loss. Mudswat, typically I don't grow autos. I'm an anti-auto guy. Maybe one day I'll do an auto line for people, but Mikey and Ben are working so hard on doing some amazing autos. So it's like I'm not really into autos. It's never been my thing. So that's why I was like, well, let's give it another place for fellow Potsquatch who has worked really hard on autos to bring them on. So that's why we're going to be bringing Death Trap Genetics on board at the store. And I can't remember what Ben's is called off the top of my head, but we're going to bring his in too. James Mercer, would you do some mixtures of seeds? I could, in theory, do a mixer pack. Yeah, we could do a mixer pack. I got to think about how I would do that. I mean, let's be fair, seed vials don't cost a lot of money. So, I increased the cost of packaging by 10 cents or 20 cents or some shit. That's fine. Yeah, in theory, we could do that. I could do a mixer pack. Well, we don't sell gas by the gallon, but right now for a liter of regular, we're sitting at about, give or take, $2.20 a liter, 3.7 liters to a gallon. We'll call it 4 liters, times that by 4. So like $10 or 9 something or something like that. Thank you, Texas. Higher Than Life Genetics is Ben's company, everybody. There we go. Okay, so Kenneth Walls, you can totally send me a private email to potsquatch420@gmail.com. Put a big thing of saying, hey, it's Kenneth Walls from the YouTube, pictures, blah, blah, blah. That is the best way to send it to me there. We technically have the Discord as well. I have not been around in the Discord much lately, and I apologize to Soul Price and everyone who's on there. I've barely been available to anybody. I'm trying to do everything. But, so at the end of the day, that would probably be the best way for you to send it to us. Yeah, that's right. Liter of cola. Yeah, Super Troopers. I mean, I kind of thought about that too, O'Shea Ferrero. I was like, the first ever packaged beans ever. Like, it could be a collectible, maybe. Who knows? And it's my writing, because fuck, I have horrible writing. Like, look at some of the chicken scratch on some of these. Like, look at my beautiful, horrible handwriting. Like, it's all me, though, baby. And I know my handwriting. It's a collector's item. Yeah, so Jason A says it's 202 a liter in Ontario. We're sitting anywhere from between, 216.9 to 230 in BC right now, depending on fluctuations. For a liter of premium the other day, it was $2.45 a liter or something like that. James Mercer, I'm happy to autograph anything. Everyone, I don't know if there's like a note section on the order, but maybe we can click a thing of like, click this button and Potsquatch will autograph the shit you buy off the store. Obviously, I can't autograph CBD products because I don't do that fulfillment. That comes out of my stuff in the States. But like hats, t-shirts, seeds, grinders, I'm happy to autograph shit. Yeah, so Reverend Veritas, then we're basically double the price of you guys right now. America, you may be frustrated with gas right now, but take a look at what it's costing a Canadian. Oh, fuck. We're going to take a moment to shout out to Mountain View Brewing. Great beer. Try them out if you're ever in BC. Eventually, we will be marketing it down to the States and across Canada. Not yet, but maybe one day. And if you're ever there, go check out Mountain View Brewing. You can have Uncle Potsquatch make your munchies for you. Hey, what's happening, Wally Fish? What's crack-a-lackin', baby? Also, I just wanted to say much love to you, Wally Fish, and the store's open. Check it out, baby. What's up, Marvin's Garden? How you doing, baby? Store's open. Check it out. Tell your friends. Right? I mean, I got to do that, Jansen. I mean, I'm also thinking about potentially maybe trying to trade in my 2 vehicles, seeing if I can get 20 or 25 grand for them, and I might buy an Escalade. There's an Escalade Premium 2015 that I'm looking at right now, and I really want to buy it. So where I am in Canada, mud swap right now, it's fluctuating per liter for regular, anywhere from like 216.9 to 230. Premium the other day in Hope was up to like 245, 248. Yeah, it's been pretty nuts. And that's a liter. Oh, excuse me. Be careful, James Mercer. That shit'll kill you. Oh, Eugene, don't even get me started on what diesel's costing. Yeah, diesel's gotten right expensive here. And sadly, most farms and trucking runs off diesel. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh boy. Well, that was not planned, but it worked. Hey, no worries, Soul Prize. Much love, baby. But yeah, so at the end of the day, everybody, Potsquatch sales is open now. Check it out. Buy all your swag, buy all your CBD seeds. Well, they'll be up very soon too. I mean, if nobody's worried about the damn labels, we could technically launch those tonight. Yeah, so Mud Swap, basically, we're sitting at anywhere from, realistically, we're sitting at about $9 or $10 Canadian, which really, you know, minus maybe 20, 25 cents right now with our exchange rate. So, you know, let's say, well, here. 220, 220, 220, we'll times it by 4 to make it easy, which is 880. So at 880 a gallon then, to American, we're looking at like 820. 830 a gallon then in American money. Yeah, so it's like over 8 American, dude. A lot of money. But so maybe we'll take a vote here. I mean, do people care about the fancy labels? I was kind of hoping to, like, you know, launch them with the new labels. I mean, the new labels are still going to have handwriting by Potsquatch himself on them. At least for now. There may come a day where I got to hire some people to start doing it for me because I mean I can only do so much. But that's going to take me at least a week or two to get that ready so the seeds could go live. Or if we don't care, I could put the seeds for sale, at least four of the ones we have right now. There's other ones that I haven't harvested and packaged and blah 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 blah. We could put those up tonight. Hey, Stuart Harper, I'm doing well, man. The dogs are doing well. Yeah, I don't have any plans going right now, but we are going to be starting some stuff right now. James Mercer, things that are in packages would be the Galactic Citrus Shiva. There would be the, so that is the Orange Hindu Kush by Alien Rift. There's K-Town Kush Cheese by Alien Rift. We've got some Gazer's Madness, which is a refined, reworked version of Gazer's beautiful work here that I've done. There's one more. Orange Warrior Widow, which is the Kaitangata crossed by Canadian White Russian crossed by Orange Hindu Kush. So those are the ones that are there. There's 2 other strains that I haven't harvested yet. So there's what I'm calling Loopy Hobbit, which would be Kaitangata Canadian White Russian crossed by Gazer's Madness or the K-Town AK-47. as well as the F2 Kaitangata Canadian White Russian rework that I'm slowly working on and putting forward. Excuse me. What, this logo? This is still the logo we use on everything. This is the logo that's tattooed on my back. My whole back has that on it. But yeah, so also too, if you want to be on the show, if you'd like to come on the show and be a guest, drop me a line. Send us an email to potsquatch420@gmail.com, and everybody is allowed to be here. Potsquatch Growers Army is a brand. Yeah, kind of how anything works. But it's also a way of life. It's also an organization of people. It's also me. Potsquatch Growers is me. I'm the Potsquatch. The original, the one, the only. All other people just imitate. We are family. We are community. We are a lot of things. We're also a company. We're also an organization of activism around the world. We do a lot of stuff. And to be fair, probably one of the first things is I'm going to agree with Stoney there, is that it is a lifestyle. It's a way to view the industry. It's a way to view the plant. It's a way to walk within industry, building our brands and building our companies and living and treating people a certain way. It's a certain way of doing business. So it's a lifestyle both for the individual as well as for the company. 100%. Hey, thank you very much, Stuart Harper. Sorry, I'll read his message. Just letting you know, I'm proud how far you've come, my bro. It's been years now, and I've been a subscriber, and you helped me a lot. And a lot of fellow members. This man is, I don't know if I'd call myself a genius, but I do have a few neurons left that communicate fairly well. But thank you very much for your kind words. And I truly appreciate it. You're going to make me blush, man. Oh, my God. Thank you very much, Stuart Harper. I don't know if I could agree with all that, but I'm humbled, and I thank you very much. I mean, Jason A., right now, we're going to do everything that we can to get a bunch of things out. So right now, I've got 6 things that can be available. I'm going to keep making them. One of the things that I'm working really hard towards is somehow finding a way to get property or a place where we can build our actual grow facility to do a much bigger seed production than we currently are doing. We've got our little license here. We're allowed to do what we're doing, but it's like, it's in my house. It's in my downstairs, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what we're going to be doing is one of the things we're working towards. And that's where I'm trying to get the sort of the company going and the store going and getting all the wholesale accounts going. If I can land this beard oil in a bunch of, big chain stores and doing all of that, all of a sudden there's going to be capital there where I can start doing other things to expand what we offer you. So one of the next things, there's 2 things really that are the next things, obviously, other than just general expansion of what we're already doing. One is getting our farm going. 2, the TV show. We've got a TV show that we've had in pre-production for over 4 years. Realistically, we'll probably have to get the money together to shoot a pilot. We're going to shoot a half pilot because really, basically, we could do it, shoestring budget for $1.5 million. We probably need 3 to make it super sexy. But we're going to shoot a pilot or a half pilot because I might be able to rustle up $100,000 somehow to shoot a half pilot. And then that half pilot will be shot down in Texas. Episode 1 of Potsquatch Growers show that we're releasing, Strange Pots Unknown with Uncle Potsquatch, will be shot in Texas. We're going to be going over the activism and the fight going down in Texas for legalization. We'll be looking into the underground. We'll be looking into some of the companies that have begun to do the hemp and all of these other things. And we're going to be talking to some of the big players, some of the little players. We're going to be talking to some of the underground. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. And there'll be probably some fun parts of the episode where, we go out and go hog hunting or something like that. And, a little bearded Canadian go down to Texas, let's see what the fuck happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I feel you, Jansen. I feel you 100%, buddy. I'm just talking about hypothetical fun things that we could go do in Texas. Like our boy Russell Langhammer, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, was like, man, you should come down for gator season. We'll go gator hunting. Imagine that, Uncle Potsquatch going gator hunting. No, thank you, Stuart Harper. I really appreciate it. How do you respond to that? I mean, thank you is I guess what I'll say. I'm humbled and moved by your kind words, and thank you very much. Everyone, talk amongst yourselves. I kind of got to go pee. I drank a big coffee right before the show, and it's just going right through me. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. And I am back. All right, here we go. Thank you for your patience, everybody. All right. R. Kelly remix Niagara Falls. Oh, fuck. Patrick, where's the cat? He's upstairs, buddy. He's upstairs. Probably trying not to be harassed by the dogs. All right. 1 second here. Hell yeah. Well, I hope they're having a good time while they fish and learning life. Oh, Troy, I got to be in the right place for that one and be in the special mood to do that. Wally Fish, I'm a single dad of 3. School is a blessing. I dig that, man, and I respect you too. Shout out to all the single dads at home, taking care of their kids and standing up being a man. I respect the hell out of that. Jansen Dennis, Potsquatch, do some Scotty. I can't do, Captain. I can't reach the control panel. That's a Simpsons reference joke, but hello, computer. Hello, computer. Oh, keyboard. Who quaint? Star Trek 4, the one with the whales, the best one in my humble 2 cents. Oh man. Hey, Jason A1. I mean, that's kind of the whole part of. Oh, I'll do it in a Scottish accent just for Jansen there, all right. So, Jason A. That's the point of the Potsquatch Growers community. The fact of the matter is, doesn't matter whether you're new or you've been doing it forever and you still want to learn. The fact is, a true grower is always fucking learning to grow more. He's always learning and further growing. If you stop growing as a grower, then you're not actually a grower, are you? No, you're not. So the fact of the matter is, that's the whole point of this community. This silly little wonderful bunch of crazy good. That's what we're doing here. We're here to help build each other up, help people learn. There's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is one unasked. We all started somewhere. I didn't know anything at the beginning. I still got a lot more to learn. I know a thing or 2, maybe even 3. Hell, on a good day, maybe that 4th thing shows up in my head too. But that's the whole point of it, and let's take a moment though to talk about all you that make the community, right? Like, I'm just one dude. I'm just some bald bearded idiot talking on the internet. It's all of you that have helped to make this community so special and so beautiful, to be quite frank. You are all the ones who stood together. Also, by the way, Eugene Dolan, I did see that. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. That have made this community being able to exist and to live together and to help each other and to create a safe space for all people, no matter who you are, no matter what bloody color you are, no matter what your religion or superstitions are, no matter what your political ideologies or beliefs are, as long as you're not jumping into hate train, then we're all good. You don't have to think the same way I do to be safe and be part of this community. That's the point of it. The human race is a diverse, beautiful fucking thing. Like cannabis. If we all only grew one type of weed, I think we'd get awfully bored, wouldn't we? Think about it like that way, right? And that's the beauty of the Potsquatch Growers communities. We've managed together to all build this safe place for all, regardless of all these, what I'm going to call basically kind of superficial realities. Yeah, am I calling different cultural differences superficial? 100%. Why? How do I justify that? Well, the human heart, the human experience is the same for all of us. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what you grew up believing or worshiping. We all experience pain. We all experience love. We all experience hate, anger, anguish. We all have good days. We all have bad days. We all can experience health, and we can all experience sickness. The human experience, the foundational element, the human heart, the human soul, is one and the same and synonymous with all of us. Everything else on top of that is more of a superficial reality. Am I trying to detract from the beauty of culture and the difference? No. I quite respect and love and worship that in a sense, my own thing. I don't worship God, don't believe in God. But I will worship at the beautiful altar that is the diversity and the complexity of the human race. It's a special place. Just like the diverse world of all the strains of cannabis out there. But at the same time, the foundational element's the same. And if one day we could learn to think that way or get behind that, I don't think the world's fucked. I haven't given up hope on us. You know? We have to have some hard conversations as a species. We got to learn to challenge a few things, do it properly, restructure a few things, economy, government, all these things. These are all required for this to actually work. Sadly, right now, the world's operating on broken systems that never really worked. We're working on that. But we the people. We the goddamn people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't need to preach too much about that, but that's just my genuine, honest 2 cents about that. But anyway, let's keep catching up here. What's up, Greg? Vandal and Beauty, all of my strains can be grown indoors or outdoors. There's no such thing as an indoor bean or an outdoor. There's things that'll do better and worse in other things. But the outdoor bean that I've developed, the Orange Warrior Widow, it's just currently standing as an F1. I actually think I've inadvertently created something that can resist the shitty outdoor season of BC. That is the theory behind it. But the Orange Warrior Widow would be something that I would say would kill it outdoors. The Kaitangata Canadian White Russian that I've based into this F2 reworking that I'm doing, these are all outdoor beans. Or have been things that have been developed and worked on outdoors in New Zealand that I'm now working with. So yeah, no, but there's no such thing as an indoor-outdoor bean. That is a common misconception. There's things that'll do better indoors and things that'll do better outdoors, but that's it's still a plant. It's not like we reinvented anything. It's like we're just fucking around with shit, you know. So yeah, no, all of my beans will work indoors or outdoors. Some will get very big, like the Kaitangata Canadian White Russian. Unless you flip right away, she get pretty big. But it's like, technically, there's no such thing as an indoor and outdoor strain. There's things that have been developed indoors. There's things that have been developed outdoors. Do we run the risk in terms of indoor development and mindsets of maybe creating something that might struggle outdoors sometimes in certain climates? Yes, but you cannot compare outdoors as a singular climate. Look at the diversity of actual areas of agriculture of the world. So, yeah, any of my seeds could be used outdoors, my brother. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, remember that though, because that's true, right? You know, like that's just reality. Oh yeah, we got grinders too, Tony Clifton. Ask Texas Squatch about how he feels about that. Well, I would never, again, Van Island Beauty, I would never market them specifically indoors or outdoors because it's just stupid. And that's not me calling you stupid. That's just my belief on that whole theme that's been going on for over 20 years of it. This is an indoor bean, this is an outdoor bean. Oh, fuck off, read a book. That's bullshit. That doesn't make any fucking goddamn sense. So Things that are more geared to certain areas, yeah, sure, I'll talk about that in terms of that. Like the Orange Warrior Widow, I'm pretty sure I've developed this, at least in its F1 state. I would like to stabilize it to an F6 eventually, but I'm pretty sure this Orange Warrior Widow, as I'm calling it, is something that I didn't mean to do. I didn't mean to invent this thing that would resist outdoor BC shitty climate stuff, but yet here it is. We haven't tested it. It's just a theory based out of its genetics and its lineage and where it came from and where it was from and what it did and the climates that it was stabilized in. But I think we may have that. So Orange Warrior Widow, my brother, would be the one I would save in. Hell yeah, Jansen Dennis. I'm into it. I also agree, Wally Fish. What's up, Bob Warrington? Good to see you, buddy. Don't worry, Stoney. Ain't no lizard in this. This is 100% fucking mammal right here, buddy. I'm far too pink and way too hot-blooded. Just ask Dottie. James Mercer, what's been my favorite strain to grow? There's been a lot of great strains that I've loved growing on the channel. Obviously, my Sasquatch strain was always a favorite to do. I love doing the bubblegum. The bubblegum made just such amazing rosin. I loved her. That one purple phenotype, the King's Kush we did was amazing. I enjoyed the giant weird dinosaur tail weird super plant that came out of, I almost want to say it was a berry white by Pilgor, but I can't remember now. But that one was pretty cool. You know, a hash plant. Hash plant has got to be one of my favorite actual strains of all time. If you can actually get a true hash plant, which is very hard. I've only ever really found it by clone. I technically have some hash plant beans in my collection, but I don't even know if they're legit. But the clones were, and that hash plant was just the bee's knees. I loved growing that hash plant. It blew my mind. What else did I like growing that's been fun? Frankenplant. I loved Frankenplant. The Bubba Cherry Firefly cross. That was dope. I loved that one. That one came from Nancy Budwell. They're probably one of the sexiest grandmas on the planet. She a grandma. She's hot as shit though, and a brilliant grower too, and very nice lady too. I actually think they run a marijuana bed and breakfast now in the States somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but that was a fun strain. Particularly that one specific pheno though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like that I've done on the channel. Let's just talk about stuff I've shown you, right? That was fun. Well, Gorilla Blue, oh man, she was stanky dank. Shout out to Cadillac Jack and Stanky Dank Gardens, you know what I'm saying? What else have I liked that I've grown on the channel? Well, the DJ Shorts Blueberry was always the bee's knees too. I enjoyed that. You know. If I can isolate certain traits from the Alien Rift, I'm looking forward to growing some of the stuff I'm doing with breeding projects with it. I was not impressed by it in a lot of ways, but I was impressed by certain elements. So hence, that's why I'm working with it in terms of breeding projects. Trying to eliminate its fragility. I'm trying to reintroduce some older genetics that are more stable. But I want to keep the uniformity of its bud structure, the crystallization of its bud structure, and the density of its bud structure that naturally occurs on that strain, and then kind of introduce some greater smells, some better structures and larger sizes, reduce that fragility to cold and all these other things with that one, right? Like, but yeah. Texas, tell them what you feel about the grinder. Yeah, our 45-minute flower season. That's exactly it, Stony Baker, MD. Shit. What's up, Not Giving? Cheers back at you, baby. Yeah, so BMK, I'm totally going to do a run. I didn't invent that one. It came from one of our fellow Potsquatches who sent it to me as a gift. I've got enough of it that I could at least do an initial batch run of those genetics, though, so we could definitely do that. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I do, Jansen Dennis. You want to grow my name? You mean the Sasquatch strain? That's actually, and it's funny. First time that was sold at a dispensary, they call it wrong. They call it Sasquatch. I was like, no, it's literally called Sasquatched. And I had to like resend it to him. It was like Sasquatched. Sasquatched. With a D-E-D at the end. Not to be confused with erectile dysfunction. Actually, here's a fun fact. A lot of the older males who have been recently buying and trying our CBD tincture, and there's been about 8 or 9 of them now who've messaged me and they're like, dude, my dick works again. I was like, what? They're like, dude, I'm taking your tincture in the morning and at night. My dick works for the first time without Cialis in years. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, bro, my dick can get hard again. I was like, all right. I mean, I didn't design the thing to treat ED, but I mean, it's an interesting side effect to hear about. Like all these old guys who their dicks don't work very well, they're like, man, my dick work now. I'm like, all right, Potsquatch for the win. All right, here, I thought I was treating your pain. I also made your dick work. Interesting. Sorry, that's just a fun story though, right? Because when you make these things, right, you make a good product, right, you know, and you sell it because it's a thing that has applications for a lot of different people, you know. That one I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that people start reporting to be like, all of a sudden my dick work now. I'm like, whoa, what? Right. I mean, it's got to have something to do with that broad spectrum, you know, cannabinoid action off the hemp, you know, activating the cannabinoid endocrine system. Maybe it's stimulating blood flow in the areas that has not. It's been dissonant for a long time. But supposedly, I'm hearing rumors from some of the older gentlemen who have tried Potsquatch Growers CBD tincture. It make your dick work. I don't know. I don't know, but like they're like legit about it. Like one of the guys, we'll call him Ken, the tow truck driver. You know, I sold him some tinctures. He's bought it a few times now, and he's like, bro, I operate heavy machinery all day, and I'm like rock hard all day at work. I'm like, that sounds kind of awkward. He's like, yeah, man, like I gotta wait before I go on a washroom break until things calm down. But they're shaking the machine and it's just getting excited. But he's like, dude, that's never happened. I've been doing this for 40 years. And my dick worked. No. I was like, all right. So, hey, maybe there's some secondary wonderful side effects of taking Potsquatch CBD, you know? Hell yeah, PMK. How's the green crack looking? If it is a true green crack, that's a bloody classic strain too, by the way. Mud swat, I mean, typically I've never used aloe in teas. The only real usage of aloe that I've personally ever used is more so for using as a cloning solution to keep the tissues happy and healthy with doing kind of like my ghetto cloning method. Most certainly, you're not the only one. Melody and Jim reached out to me the other day asking about using aloe in like teas and stuff like that. So I've never tried that. I can't speak to it. I've typically used it though as more of a dip for taking kind of cuttings and cloning them with water and stuff. Green lemon crack. I like it, Texas. That sounds sexy, buddy. Yeah, no, right? Not given. I mean, and that's the thing for me. Like a lot of the I like the original blueberry from DJ Short. That is the bee's knees. I love blue cheese. Blue cheese has a proper blue cheese has the perfect marrying of both blueberry and cheese. It's very exciting, very sexy. Are you flying a plane right now, Jansen Dennis, watching this? Are you actually flying a plane right now doing this? My God. If that's true, that's like probably one of the coolest things I've ever heard. I thought it was cool when like all the truckers were like listening to the show while they were driving, but if you're flying a plane, that's even more cool. Everybody, he high in a different way. So these seeds here, Orange Warrior Widow seeds. I'll try to pop a vial out here to show everybody. We'll see if I can shoot it. Or actually, if I flip the camera, it'll probably shoot better. So these are some Orange Warrior Widow seeds here. There we go. Oh, oh, flip camera. One second here. I just gotta put it back in the package. The other seeds are over there, but that is the orange warrior widow seeds there, buddy. Excuse me. Well, like I said, Kenneth R. Knox. I mean, the store's open, so like I could put these seeds up for sale on the website tonight. Like I can put anything on the store for sale right now. Hell, I could even be like, I'm going to sell this random thing, one of kind. Only one person can purchase it. Personally owned by Potsquatch or some shit. I can do whatever I want on our store. I will say that I use a lot of sticky shit too. Eventually, you do got to clean our grinders. It's not like our grinders will work forever. Like you do got to clean them occasionally, obviously. But no, they work pretty good though. I'm pretty proud of our grinders. No. So again, Sasquatch I've never used other than the one strain as Sasquatch, and I actually invented that strain kind of before I became the Potsquatch, like a couple years before that. So that's why it was called Sasquatch. Because before that, I was just called Sasquatch. Hence my right tit, Sasquatch power, right? Now I'm the Potsquatch, right? And that kind of was an evolution of that nickname of mine into the who I am now. But yeah. I like that. Wally Fish like not only treating the pain, you're giving them gain. You know what I mean? Oh shit. James Mercer. I mean, and if that's your religious view, I will respect it. I think premarital sex is completely okay. I think you really shouldn't go get married to somebody. Sex is such an important part of a relationship, and I say go out and see what you're into. Go out and take a few rides before you go tie yourself down to one forever. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. Right, Van Hollen Beauty? But that was the funny thing though. Like this guy, and I was like, 'cause I thought he was fucking with me when he told me about that. And I was like, so I turned to him, he's big old redneck dude. And I was like, bro, like, nah, man. He's like, nah, dude, it's real. I was like, what? He's like, oh, it's real. Like he's so serious. It was really quite funny. Don't sell yourself short, Patrick. I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to from a male standpoint of the fairest sex, even if you butt ugly, you can still get women. Just be genuine, be real, be funny, be yourself. There are ways to have ladies talk to you. You just got to find your swagger and how it functions for you. It's different for every man that is hetero, but it's all about swagger and how you handle yourself and the way you is. I mean, so don't belittle yourself. Don't shit on yourself. Okay, that's not good. Never gonna happen. Nothing. That's all right, Jansen. That sounds good. So you actually just landed a plane in Montreal, Jansen Dennis. Damn, come land one up here in BC. Fly to Abbotsford, drive to Hope. That's crazy. Man, I can't believe Jansen's sitting there flying planes, everybody. Coming down to Montreal and Quebec. Watching me. That's very weird. Man, you should get one of your homies to take a picture of you in the cockpit one time watching one of my shows while you're flying a plane. That'd be trippy. That would be awesome. That'd make my day. Not given. Not only does it ship to the U.S., it ships out of the U.S. It's produced in the U.S. It also ships everywhere in the world. We are opening up a global market because that's the right thing to do. World governments, go fuck yourself. People have a right to good medicine and affordable medicine. Right, James? It's tripping me out, son. Oh, hell yeah, Aussie Lone Wolf. That's awesome. So Janssen Dentist, if you get tested, that's cool. Unless they're testing for CBD, which I do not believe that they do, our products are guaranteed 0 THC, so you can take those. What's up, Cam D? Crack-lacking, baby. Good to see you. You know, and that the weird thing is Jordan LaValle is like this orange strain is actually one of the first legitimate oranges I've ever worked with, and it has been like it came from India like 25, 30 years ago, and it's been grown by one old little New Zealand dude. The only reason I got it is because Gazzers knows the guy and got it from him and then sent it to me, and he sent me all of them. We didn't have tons of them. Can't speak to the other oranges out and about, but this one has not ever been intermixed into anything or anywhere. It has lived isolated in a grow by this one old dude who only grew this orange Hindu Kush out of India for the last 25-ish years or so. And well, now I'm working with it and doing a bunch of different shit with it. So, so Orange Warrior Widow, it is a sativa dominant on the one side of it, but half of it is an indica orange Hindu Kush. Those beans I just showed you, Chem D, those were the Orange Warrior Widows. Yes, I do, Mudswat. We're probably sitting right now in terms of all strains available of at least 4,000 to 9,000 beans of each. Hey, I believe it, not given. Thank you, O'Shea. Oh, I was so far behind. Okay, 1 second, everybody. I'm going to try to, read really fast. I'm reading. Everyone, I'm not ignoring your things. I'm just trying to play catch up. James Mercer, I do not test THC levels. I think it's one of the most asinine, stupid wastes of time in terms of cannabis development. I smoke something, get me high, I like it. That's what I do. So I don't test for that. I do not view it that way. I've smoked 35% strains that are actual 35s that didn't get me that high. My Sasquatch strain is only 18% THC, 22% or CBD, and that should get you higher than fucking a 35. So there's a lot more going on than just THC. So I'm a big believer in terms of really not worshiping at this weird obsession that a lot of modern day people have in terms of strain potency of THC levels. There's 468 plus psychoactive chemicals and cannabinoids going on in cannabis. There's a lot more than just THC. So at the end of the day, in my mind, viewing that as the main variable in terms of the sort of the strength or potency of something is just wrong, in my humble 2 cents. Aussie Lone Wolf, yeah, we can. It may not come in the normal packaging, but yeah, I'm willing to try that. Message me outside of the show and we can chat. Right, Mudswat? Exactly. Yeah, so excuse me, everybody. Yeah, so don't, everyone, if there's one thing I'm going to teach you today in this show, THC levels and percentages, albeit interesting, don't mean shit. And it's really not the way to be looking at our cannabis, okay? In terms of the how much it fuck you up or this or that, right? It's like there's so much going on in this beautiful plant that this obsession with THC levels is just a little asinine and silly, if you ask me. Oh, hell yeah, Aussie Lone Wolf. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yeah, just shoot me a message privately, Ozzy. We'll talk. Stony Baker MD, we still need to do a trade because I want some of the shit you've got. I would be down to have anything old, cushy, or anything like that. Like, bro, I'm into it. Like, that's the thing. If you've got some stuff at home, I'm also willing to trade. You got some interesting shit that you think I might be interested into, tell me. And I'm into it. 100%. I'm looking for trades all the time. Jansen Dennis, you're a beautiful man as well. And I want to see the cockpit, bro. I want to see you in the plane. Take a picture and be like, hey. Do the shocker. Be like, that'd be cool, man. I can't believe you flying a plane listening to my ass. That's trippy. Blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. Oh, 100% Kev D. And I've actually read a lot of interesting stuff talking about the fact that the plant in and of itself, by just how diverse it is in terms of itself, like can even invent new cannabinoids. Like you could have a plant that all of a sudden is a certain cross, certain pheno that has a new cannabinoid present that's never even been seen before. Even if we were to map out everything that currently exists, new things can come. Well, exactly, Gazzers. It is a big part of it is sort of a money grab and a crock in that regard, and that's why I try so hard to gently, share the real realities, or at least how I see them on things. But yeah, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. But anyway, everybody, PotsquatchSales.com is open. Okay, you can buy all your CBD and all your swag. I mean, we didn't really do a vote. Nobody's like, I don't know. Part of me is like, I should get the real labels before I put any of these seeds on the website, or I could just put it on the website and not give a shit. I don't know. But I don't know. What do we think? Those are here. There's only 28. Well, at least it says there's 28 people watching on my phone. I don't know if that's even real. But what do we think about that? Like, do we want to wait till I get the fancy stickers and labels on there, or should I just put the ones that I've already got packaged? I think I've got a total of 40 packs available right now. 10 Galactic Citrus Shiva. I've got 10 K-Town Kush by Alien Rift. I've got 10 of the reworking of the Gazzers Madness, and I've got 10 of the Orange Warrior Rio as well. Mud swat. How many fan leaves should I leave on my plants? So typically mud swat, when I'm starting my grow, after I hit a certain point during veg, all the main initials are gone. You strip all main initials. That's going to trigger the secondary fan leaves to then become more aggressive, which is actually going to lead to the sections of your plant to get greater development, greater maturity, and kind of almost becoming their own feudal systems, if you will, within the actual structure of the plant. And I do a slow default with aggressive moments at times. So at flip, I do a fairly aggressive one where I get rid of basically a majority of all of my initial fans, which are the main stock fans, shall we say. I'm going to do another fairly large default at 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to then stay on top of it slowly but surely. Typically, when I have the time to, I'm going to do a giant pluck in the last week. I'm going to get rid of most of them. But I do things a little differently every time, and I play around with it too, right? But that's kind of a generalized way of approach that I'll often kind of think about it in that way, or go about it in that way, if that makes sense. Yeah, so highest 5. Thank you for reminding me. I need to finalize that list of shit. Oh, Mikey, I managed to get the scratch together to pay the exorbitant duty on those. I've got those beans, by the way, Mike. I haven't opened it yet. It's still sitting in my car, but I managed to scrap together the scratch to go pay them. Because if I didn't get the money together to pay the duty on this, and this isn't Mikey's fault, everybody. Mikey labeled it with a very large value. It was really funny because I went to the post to pick it up. And she's looking at this envelope. She looks at me and she goes, it says it's toys, but then it says it's got this exorbitant value. You got to pay me almost $310. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. It's like my homie's just learning how to package things properly. He filled the form out wrong. I even said to her in the post, I was like, it's seeds. She just starts laughing. She's like, oh, Potsquatch. I was like, yeah, I know, right? Like, So I paid it though, Mikey. We got the seeds. I haven't opened the package yet, but they are here. I'm assuming they survived as long as you package them okay. But in the moderator chat, I can pop up to the car and I'll grab that and we will open it up in the moderator chat after the show. Hell yeah, son. Do it, Jansen Dennis. Yeah, right, Kevin D. I mean, the only thing I do is I watch it for the ones that are obviously kind of more the secondary store fans that aren't really blocking any of the actual photo penetration on that. And because I like to see a nice natural fade, I like to kind of build it that way and stuff. What's up, the quiet witch girl? How you doing? Welcome to the show. So I feel you 100% on that, Kim D. I kind of approach it in a similar way. But then again, though, like I kind of do everything a little different every time, you know? Yeah. But so why don't we then wait till the new labels come in? Can everyone wait a week or two? I just got to make a few extra bucks. I'll order in at least 100 of the first labels. I mean, I've kind of got a basic version of it that Mac did for me. I'd like it to be slightly fancier, to be honest. We'll see how quickly we can get that done. I think Mac's gone to sleep, but maybe Stefan and Mac can work together and get me a label made, like a generic. Because what I'm wanting is kind of a generic label that I can just hand write out everything then. Our packaging over time will get fancier, obviously, but like for me, whatever. Like I just want sort of the initial label to be on it, and it'd be good. You know what I'm saying? I like that autumn coloring too, by the way, Chem D. I love that shit. If you guys want to see some of the coolest autumning, I mean, look at the last one. Some of those orange Hindus, what they did was sexy. That one that went all like super purple and fuchsia almost. That was cool. If you go back on my Instagram to an earlier post, there's like a picture of like me and Uncle Michael holding these two buds up, and they got like kind of yellows and pinks and reds or whatever in terms of like that autumning that's happening on the leaves, as Kem D put it. That, if I'm remembering correctly, was bubblegum, and bubblegum used to do that pretty cool. Or was it something else? I don't know. Gotta check the picture. I'm sure I labeled it on the Instagram what the hell it was, but so the Orange Warrior Widow has gained its name from a number of factors. So Orange Hindu Kush very much smells and tastes like oranges. The pheno of the Orange Hindu Kush that smelled and tasted the best, they all were orangey, was what I called the Clementine Orange one. Those who have tried it were blown away by it. The Kaitungata Canadian White Russian, okay, is Kaitungata, which is a classical Sassat outdoor strain grown by the Maori people of New Zealand. Canadian White Russian, okay, is AK-47 crossed by White Widow. There will be an update. Gazers, luckily, has managed to get his hands on, to my understanding, some Black Widow, which is actually the only true version of the original White Widow by Shanti Bubba. When he left, he then renamed it to Black Widow because he invented it. It's his strain, and it's the closest, only true version of it in existence in the world. I would like to re-inject some of that Black Widow genetics back in there and then stabilize it out that way. There's one thing I'd like to include into the Orange Warrior Widow one more time to finish her. I actually think I'll do that, and then I'll take it two ways as it sits and stabilize it that way, then reinterject that and then take it another way as well. So we can call them the Orange Warrior Widow sisters. We'll go 1 and 2 or something like that. Hell yeah, Mudspot. How they looking? Oh, dude, Jansen Dennis, tell Leanne I say hello. Much love and rock and roll to you, Leanne. Hell yeah. We ain't dead yet, Working on it, the quiet witch, one day at a time. Also, for those of you, we're going to give my friend here, Sarah, a shout out. So Sarah has a channel that's, she's been doing it for a long time and it wasn't really growing. And all of a sudden it started growing a lot recently. If you're into tarot readings, if you want to learn about witchy type things, if you want to have tarot readings done, check out The Quiet Witch on YouTube. She's also on TikTok, okay? And very accurate, eerily so sometimes. But she's learning much in the ways of her natural gifts of that. And if you're into such things, go check it out. I vouch for the Quiet Witch. Check it out on YouTube. Sounds interesting, Kim D. Hey, no worries, Chance the Dentist. Mud swat, I mean, sometimes runts are runts and they'll never change. Sometimes they will blow up out of nowhere if you give them enough time, like the ugly duckling. The only thing I could suggest really is one, just love it. Give it a little rooting hormone powder in the water. I know, sounds weird, works. That'll help to supercharge the root systems. Often you have a runt plant. If it's not just truly it's genetic, just being that way, it's had something that stunted its root system. So that trick will do a lot to help that one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Quiet Witch, I don't have to do anything. Oh, I'm aware of that. Don't you worry, sister. No, I feel you, Mudswat. It's a dwarf plant. I follow you. And hey, Valhalla Farms, cheers back at you, baby. And that's actually kind of like I kind of like some of the dwarf things I've kind of met. So like that, the one Kaitangata Canadian White Russian that was the female that I put into that, which is that F2 I'm working on, was actually more of a dwarf version. She wasn't a dwarf in that she grew slowly. She just grew weirdly. It was tiny compared to all the other ones. But these giant fan leaves, super indica structured fan leaves, even though she's a majority sat, which I found intriguing. So that's actually the one I chose to kind of do that and kind of take that to what I'm calling my F2 of the Kaitangata Canadian White Russian. I'm taking it in a very specific way that's very different than the way it's been done over in New Zealand by the people who've been stabilizing that one out. But yeah. Oh, totally, Stony. I mean, there's 1,001 things that can stunt growth. But in terms of where he's at and trying to just kind of get her to jump a bit, a little rooting hormone powder. Or hell, the gel works too. It's just really expensive, so use the powder because it's cheap. Oh, totally, Patrick. I agree. A little Epsom salts, aka magnesium sulfate, will help. If you got a little bit of humic acid as well, that's going to reduce the stress of the plant's ability to feed itself. So even with its limited, maybe stunted root structure, it's going to be able to actually increase the amount of feeding it's going to do without stressing itself out at the same time. Little Epsom, little humic. You'd be surprised. We can also talk about fulvic acids, but let's just stick with humic for now. I mean, we'll start there. We'll go from there. Well, my friends, my family, Potsquatchsales.com is open for business. Seeds aren't up yet, but we can get them up soon. Let's wait for the labels. I'll get the labels done. I'll have seeds up in a week or two, okay? Because that will also give me time to kind of harvest the other seeds that I still need to finish harvesting and grading for everybody. But seeds will be up soon too. We're going to have Jake's All-in-One up on the store very soon. I will contact them today. Thank you, everyone. Cheers back to you, Highest Five. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for your patience with everything. Everybody, check out the store. A really great way, subscribe if you're into this. Tell your friends. Invite anyone. Everyone's welcome, okay? Another great way to support us. Buy the CBD line. Check it out. Give it a try. Buy some swag. Check that out. Because, if you all buy swag, I can bring out more swag and expand things and do all of that. We're going to have the seeds up in a couple of weeks. We're going to have the smokable hemp line up probably a couple months. But everybody, keep it real, keep it sexy, keep it squatch. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Love yourselves, love your plants. Oh, and if you want to grow like Uncle Potsquatch, check out Squatch Lighting Systems, brought to you by Soul Strip. That's right, if one of the moderators who may or may not have the link to that could share it. I don't think any of the moderators who are on may have that link. If they do, share it, please. Oh, thank you, Bob Warrington. I really appreciate the support, my friend, man. But Squatch Lighting Systems, the link to that is available in the description of this video, I think. And if not, come to the community on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook if you're on the Facebook. Come check out the Facebook. PotsquatchSales.com obviously is the website for our stuff. I don't currently have a link to the lights on there, but we will eventually program that in. Texas, do you have a link to the product category page of Squatch Lighting Systems on Soul Strip's website right now? Thank you, Bob. Much love, Bob. Anyway, it's out and about. Come to the Facebook group. I'll post that one later there too. One of the most affordable professional grade lighting systems in the world, and we're the only company designing our stuff to be fixed. That's right. We out of warranty. We'll sell you replacement parts, and we'll teach you how to fix the goddamn thing too. So at the end of the day, seeds are coming. Okay, smokable hemp is coming. Once we get the store cash positive and operating, we're going to be expanding swag lines. We're going to be bringing Jake's All-in-One back to the store. It's going to be available for everybody. Jake's All-in-One. It does what it does. But the fact is I'm not formally related to the company, so I can tell you that it actually kills all bugs. It is a foliar feed. It is an immune system booster. It is amazing. It is a tool that every grower should have in their toolkit. And it is a locally Canadian-made product made by a family company. And I stand by it. All right, everybody. Love you still. Love each other. I'll see you tomorrow. Show's at 1:30 or 2. We'll see when I can get out of the kitchen, all right? But everyone, we got another live stream tomorrow, so get ready. I'll see you sexy motherfuckers. All right. Peace the fuck out. Bye.